3 weeks and 6 days until then.
I'm 3 weeks and 6 days out from my competition. Honestly, when I started my prep, I was like, I want to be perfect. I just want to feel elite level, you know, I just want to be perfect, go bikini, and then my goal is to go bikini pro, and then move on to a different division and go pro as well, you know, different breed, same beast. But man, this prep has been difficult. I'm already like month 6 of like dieting and training for this prep, and I'm 3 weeks out. I'm honestly not where I want to be in terms of body fats, but it's taken a lot of experimentation, and I'm a little scared because this week during this 6 months prep, of course, I had to deal with a survey at one of my facilities early of the year, like February. And then now, which we are in what, May, end of April, almost May, we're anticipating survey to come today or tomorrow. So stressful times, but we just gotta follow our plan and stay consistent. But you know, the whole stress is a little stressing me out. But I'm going to meal prep right now. I was looking over at my macros. I had plateaued like 2 weeks ago, and then I increased my calories, and then I dropped down to 1 pound. So I went from like plateauing at 133, and now I'm at 132. Sometimes I'll go down to 130, but then I'll jump back up to 132. And my goal was really to get down to the 120, 128 was the number I was going for. Get down to the 128 and like 18 pounds of body fat for my prep. But next week I'm going to already do like a mock peak week. So this is the last stretch, you know. Any last body fat that's gonna come down is gonna have to come down this week. And so I just did a couple changes in my meal plan, so I can follow high carb days on training days and then low carb days on my active rest days, to see if that will help me just get down those 2 last pounds that I really want to get down to before peak week, or at least 1 pound before peak week. But yeah, I'm gonna bring you with me while I'm meal prepping. I just went to Aldi's, got all my stuff, and yeah, let's get started. Like right now, it's so funny because when I started everything, the whole meal prep shopping seemed like a lot, but now it's like second nature. Like I go to the store and I'm in and out in like less than 20 minutes because I already know what I'm gonna get. And prep also, I've done it for so long that I kind of already like have a system that works down and helps me get it done in like 2-3 hours. So let's get started, because I also have a hair appointment later on to get my hair before my competition. So yeah, a lot of things to get done, so let's get to it. Also, I have been getting into, it's bad, I need to stop spending money, but I have been investing in the past few drops of Dark Sport and Civil Regime, and this is the latest drop or purchase I've had from the drops, which is the Rick and Morty collaboration with Civil Regime. And I got this shirt and then another butter shirt with like the green portal, which is super cute, but it's butter like white. And of course I Chunti self already stained it with my Valentina sauce that I was eating with my carrots as a little snack. But yeah, I love this shirt. I love the brown. Like I'm really into brown, so I wanted to get this shirt. But the fit, I don't like it. It's like too boxy. I definitely like the butter, my other shirt, the way it fits better, the oversizedness of it. It's not like, I don't know, like this is like longer. It just feels more comfortable. This is, I wish I would have got this a large. I like my shirts a little oversized and looking like it's a dress, so then I can wear shorts under and just my crew socks, and that's the look that I go for. And it's really hard to achieve this with this shirt that's a little bit shorter and like boxier. But yeah, that's not on that. Let's get back to meal prep. Sweet potatoes take longer to prep. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse these off, peel them, and I'm thinking I'm going to roast them. I actually switched my carbs. I was doing white rice for my carbs, but a few weeks ago I switched the white rice of my carbs in that meal for sweet potato, and let me tell you, my bowel movements improved. Like improved, 1, and then 2 with the sweet potatoes. I felt like I felt full longer with that meal, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that route. But it does take more prep time than the rice. Normally I would start with the rice, have it cooking, and then prep my veggies, but now we're gonna instead do the sweet potato wrap. So I bought 2 bags just in case I'll have enough. Like always, it's better to have enough or more than enough than not enough. So let me put this in a bowl. I'll give them a quick rinse and I'll be right back. Okay, now I was struggling to find the pela papas, the peeler that I normally use. So we're gonna use this cheap one and just hope for the best. And yeah, so right now I'm really just peeling them. Just wanna skin them. And I have my bowl here to put all the scraps. I should get another bowl and I'm gonna put the peeled papas, the peeled potatoes there. So I just have a different pile of them here. Perfect. So yeah, this is probably like the most time consuming part of meal prep, but I love it honestly. If I weren't meal prepping, I wouldn't have anything else to do and I would just be bored and scrolling on TikTok and, you know, not being productive. So cooking and meal prepping to me is like a form of like self-care, self-love, and telling myself like I deserve this, but also a way to like a spiritual, not to be weird or anything, but like a spiritual ritual, because I feel like I am connecting with earth, with nature. Like this was grown on earth, you know, somewhere on earth, which I should probably look at the label where. And now it's gonna end up, no, ended up in my house, and soon enough it's gonna end up in my tummy. But oh my god, there are so many. Honestly, another route that you could do if you are short on time, or if you don't really like the whole time being spent with the food that you're eating, you could also opt for getting like frozen sweet potatoes, and I probably should have gone that route. So let me show you what I sometimes do. So sometimes I'll buy sweet potatoes like this, already cut, diced, and then all you have to do is cook them. But yeah, but honestly I wasn't thinking and I slept on it, and I was like, let me roast them. So we're gonna go that route. But now I know for next week, if I don't want to save some time, we'll see how long this takes me too. But if I want to save some time next week, I'll just go that route. The only like thing that I'm iffy about that is since it's frozen, it has some water content, so I don't know if like when it gets cooked, if it's gonna get soggy. So I'm gonna have to, well, first I have to try to see if that's the case, and if it is the case, then I have to experiment and see what are ways to make it not soggy. That's why eating and nutrition is really a journey, because you have to find one, yeah, like what's healthy, like how to eat right, but how to eat right isn't a one size fits all. So you got to experiment, see what works for you in terms of what foods do you like, and also what fits your lifestyle. So if you don't have time to prep, like what foods do you like that fit with the lifestyle of not having enough or not taking a long time to prep, so that it can be sustainable for you. A lot of times people try to follow meal plans that of course are going to give you results, but if it's not sustainable, like why waste your time? Why waste your time and then have a negative connotation with healthy eating because you weren't following something that wasn't working for you? Did you know? Did you know? Okay, so I'm going to just keep peeling these off camera, put some music, and then I will BRB as soon as I'm done. So it is right now 12:09. I'm going to be transparent. I'll be transparent with the time it takes me. So it's 12:09 and I'm going to finish peeling these 2 potatoes. BRB. Okay, so now I finished peeling those 2 bags of sweet potatoes. And now I'm going to cut them. So I was eating them like sweet potato fries, but since I'm going to roast them in a large sheet pan because I'm making a lot of them, I'm just going to cube them up. First things first, tools. Tools make your life easier. So if you do not have some nice kitchen knives that are nice and sharp to simplify cooking, you're going to be cutting with some knives that suck. You're going to hate cooking. It's not going to be a good experience. You're not going to want to do it. Okay, so invest in some good tools to facilitate healthy eating, or just eating and cooking in general. Like if that's, you know, like tools. So I really love Ninja products, and I have the Ninja knife pack, and I love it because it has a knife sharpener, so anytime they're getting dull I just sharpen it. And yeah, so we're gonna get started and cut these sweet potatoes. And I'm not a chef or anything. I grew up with a single mom, single parent, so I kind of just had to impromptu and learn as I go. So yeah, don't come at me because I don't curl my fingers. Like, I feel more in danger that way. So I first am cutting them down. So if you see, they end up in slices like this. And then what I like to do then is get like half and half, 2 separate rows. And then I'm gonna make lines. And I try to make them as even as possible because when they're cooking, you just wanna make sure that they're all cooked the same or relatively the same. So cut them relatively the same. But yeah, I just cut it into like fries and then across to make these little cubes, which I don't know if you can see, but here, just in case. Yeah, then I'm gonna put all these in my mixing bowl. I'm just gonna continue with all of them. Careful with your fingers. Make sure you have a good grip. I'm not pretending to be a Gordon Ramsay, okay? I'm just a cook. I'm saying I can cook to survive, not I can cook to make art. I'm not saying I'm a chef, okay? So if you send us to Gordon Ramsay, really, you're just a hater. You're just a hater when you could just be learning. So I have a lot of potatoes to go through, so I'm gonna go do that. And now BRB. Ya tú sabes. Okay, so I finished dicing all those sweet potatoes. So I have, and I love this measuring cup or measuring bowl because it has the measurements right here. So I have 3.5 liters, or well, it really depends, about 3.5 to 4 liters quarts of sweet potatoes. And initially I was like, I'm gonna roast them, but then I realized that I use my sweet potatoes for my post-workout meals, which is usually like dinner time once I'm already back home. And I like to have fresh sweet potatoes, so I'm just going to season these, prep this, and then use them as I go. I'm gonna move on to prepping the rest of the veggies. But for my seasoning, so I'm going to, oh my god, I was going hard with the knife, and because they're tough, I'm telling you, it's not hard, but like difficulty wise, but they're hard. So I already have like a blister. I don't know if you can see. I have a blister from my focus from just like cutting on that knife, but nothing that will kill me. These are my holy grail, which is onion powder, some minced onion, paprika, focus, garlic powder, and I use my black pepper, coarse black pepper, because I feel like it just gives it more flavor, and my Celtic salt, which I'm realizing I'm very low of, so we're gonna work with what I have, and then I will order some more for the week. Sprinkle some Celtic salt on here. Honestly, I think I'll have better luck if I just open this. Black pepper. I really don't use any measurements for this. I kind of just go with my heart, and what I look for is after I mix them, I'm gonna put all the seasonings. I'll put some oil so I can stick to the seasonings can stick to the sweet potato, and then if I feel like están muy pálidos, like if they're too pale, then I'll add some more. And if it looks nicely coated, then I'll leave it as is. This minced onion, I feel like minced onion gives it so much flavor. And I have to realize that I have 5 quarts in here, so I want to be very generous. Onion powder, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and then some garlic powder. I have my measuring spoons here, and I'm gonna put, since it's a big batch, I'm gonna put 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. And I only use avocado oil because avocado oil has a high heat point. So what does that mean? It means that it can tolerate higher heats, which when you're baking, roasting, you're typically using high heats, and you don't want that oil to oxidize and then create free radicals or things that basically attack your cells. You don't want that. So I avoid olive oil whenever I'm going to be roasting, baking, and just opt for avocado oil. And what was I gonna say? I forgot, but yeah, I opt for avocado oil. So if I have a low budget and I can only have one oil, I'm always gonna go for the avocado oil. And now I have the cover, which is another reason why I love these mixing bowls. And I'm just gonna mix them. Okay, yeah, están pálidos. So this is honestly like my active rest day, because cooking takes some muscle, especially like when you're mixing and stuff. So if you have like a grandma or something, help her out when she's cooking, because these things are hard. If you got arthritis, I think this looks good. Oh, let me show it to you. They are looking, oh, you know what? Duh, one last thing that I like to add. I like to add some herbs. I was gonna say some green, yeah, some herbs to give it a little bit more flavor. I have a big bottle of Italian seasoning that I'm trying to get rid of, so we're gonna go for that. But if you just want to put like rosemary, thyme alone, really brings out some flavor. Without, of course, adding salt, which when you're in prep, you're kind of wanting to not eat a lot of salt. So let me just add a little bit more. I love the smell. Like even just the aroma of it is so delicious. I'm gonna add a teensy tiny bit more of avocado oil. Just a half a tablespoon. I put the Italian seasoning, a little bit of oil just so it can stick. We're gonna give it one last good mix. Even the smell of it, I hope you can see, but this is good. And we're done with the sweet potato. I'm going to start prepping the veggies. Usually for the veggies, I just cut them. Yeah, I just cut them and prep them. I'm trying to figure out, I feel like I'm missing something. It is 12:40, so again, I started the sweet potato at 12:09. So it took, honestly, it did take quite a while. So next week, I'm thinking if I want to save time, I might just do the frozen packs of sweet potatoes. We're gonna move this out of the way, and then we're gonna get our non-starchy veggies and start prepping those. Actually, change of plans, I realized I'm going to cook the meat last because it really doesn't take long to cook. But in the meantime, I already have my ground turkey thawed out. I took it out of the freezer yesterday, so it's ready today. And I'm actually going to season this and just let it sit in its seasoning, let it marinate so it can pick up some flavor. And then I will cook it in the end. So again, my seasonings aren't much different. I do my black pepper, my Celtic salt, and then my, my Holy Grail. I did buy green onions. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try something a little bit different. But I'm going to, you know what? No, I wanted to make it into patties, but I think I'm gonna save that. I did buy green onions just to add some fresh herbs and give it more flavor. So I'm still gonna add it here, but I'm not gonna cook it in patties. I'm gonna cook it like regular ground meat. Are they washed already? Wash before use. No, I gotta wash it. So I'm gonna get a manojo. I think this should be good enough. Chop them up. Chop, 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 chop. Woohoo! So this is what? I'm gonna say like a good half a cup. Put it in here. Then this is where it gets nice and messy. I'm gonna go in with my hands and kind of just like squish it and mix it all together. Really not squish it, but like fold it in. I just want to make sure that it is nicely coated so it can pick up that flavor while it's just sitting in the fridge. There we have it. So we have our ground meat. I'm going to wash my hands with some plastic, store it in the fridge, and then move on with my veggies like I had planned. Actually, I'm going to do the chicken too. So I already have some chicken that I got yesterday, so I'm just going to add this chicken. Ew, como que está babosa. Ugh, okay. Again, greens, and you already know the deal. This should just be practiced by now. Garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, minced onion, and paprika. Just like 1 tablespoon of avocado oil again. Same deal. We're just gonna mix it. And again, we're doing these because the meat cooks pretty quick. I just put my meat in my Ninja fryer, foodie, and out of sight, out of mind, it does all the work on its own. So let me just show you what it's looking like. Look at this, nicely marinated. So yeah, let's just let that sit and rest, pick up some flavor. Should I add some green onions? Nah. Non-starchy veggies I use for my post-workout meal, I use carrots and zucchini. I was doing broccoli before, like broccoli and carrots, but broccoli was very gassy and I just had to, for the sake of the people I live with, switch it up to less gassy veggies. So I'm doing the squash and the carrots for my post-workout meal. And then those, for my post-workout meal, I like to have the ground meat ready. So I'm going to cook that. And I like to have these ready also. And for my salad, I use my rábanos. So I'm going to slice these up and then just store the sliced one in a tray. And I'm also going to dice my bell peppers and put it in a tray. And then the bell peppers I add to my salad, yes, but also for my egg whites, just to add some more volume and keep me full throughout the day. So I'm gonna pack or dice these two, and I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know, but we'll figure it out once we get there. So I finished the rábanos, and I like to keep them in this little container, and whenever I run out of it, usually midweek, I will start to cut some more and leave it here. So whenever I prep my salad, all I gotta do is grab and pour and then go. So I have still an extra bag of rábanos for that. Now I'm gonna cut my bell pepper. So I just rinsed these off. And this one, like the rábanos, I just like to cut them and have it prepared. So whenever I use them, just grab and dump. Grab and dump. How do I cut a bell pepper? I literally just cut like the four sides around the bulb. So yeah, I do this, I do that, I do this, and then at the end, the very like tip, I'll cut this off, and all this is discarded. See how well I cleaned it up? And then I will grab one of the sides, cut it longwise, or slice it longwise, and then similar like the sweet potatoes, turn it around. Now they are diced. And look, just gotta fill it up. So now that is nice and filled up, I'm done with that veggie. Snap, snap, and good. One for each day, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Excuse me! Rinse these off, peel them, and first rinse them off. You already know the deal. We're gonna peel them, so you always want to peel away. I like to have extras, especially these non-starchy veggies, because this is what's gonna help give me volume in my diet without a lot of calories, meaning it'll help me stay full without contributing much to my calories, helping me stay at that deficit that will cause weight loss, hopefully. We're gonna grab one carrot, cut off the end, and I like to angle my carrots. I feel like it looks fancier than just like regular sliced carrots. So we're gonna do that. Carrots are one of those veggies which I think is funny, because some people like carrots, or some people hate carrots, or they think they hate carrots, but they just don't like cooked carrots, and that's okay. We all have our own preferences. But sometimes when that happens, they're like, "Oh, I hate carrots, I'm not gonna eat them." But it's like, girl, you just don't like cooked carrots. Maybe try them raw. Experiment with your carrots. Maybe you like them cooked, but you don't like them too soggy. Maybe the way that you have had them have only been super soggy carrots, and again, we'll like soggy carrots. I don't know, maybe you do, but not a lot of people like soggy carrots. So sometimes you just have to experiment with different veggies and different cooking methods to see if there's one way that you accept them over another, and then if you just don't accept it, then okay, then you move on and then try back a couple of years if you grew up. Almost done with the meal prep. So for my squash or zucchini or courgette, however you want to call it, I cut the ends, and then this one is pretty long, so I'm going to cut it in half just to make the cutting process easier, and then I'm going to cut it in half this way, and then depending on how big it is, Sometimes I'll just cut it in twos, like in half, or this one's pretty big, so I'm gonna cut it into threes, and then I'm gonna line it up, and then cut them into little cubes. Perfect. All right, I got my squash, got my carrots, and now let's see what we're gonna do next. So now we're preparing our overnight oats. So I'm just gonna weigh out my 15 grams of oats for the 5 days of the week, and then I do sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon for flavoring, and I add some chia seeds and hemp seeds for fiber, those healthy fats, and some protein. For more protein, I do use PB Fit, 20 grams of that. I add a little bit of sweetness with the Manuka honey, and then for more protein, I do use soy milk. And then you just shake these well so the chia seeds don't clump together and the peanut butter is nicely mixed. And now we're using the stove only to do our steamed carrots. So I have my water in my steamer basket getting ready for the carrots, and on the right side I am just adding a little bit of onion for flavoring, adding that ground turkey. And I like to cover it because it's lean ground turkey, so there's not a lot of fat, but if you cover it, the steam helps keep it juicy even though it's lean meat. And I just flip and make sure I check the temperature with the food thermometer until it's ready. I'm gonna start prepping my salad. So I do prep only 2 salads ahead. So I already put my mixed greens, the rabanos, the radish that I just sliced, the carrots. I do buy a bag of shredded carrots just because it makes my life easier, so I put a handful of that, some of the bell peppers, and then for my dressing I used to use the light raspberry dressing, and I like it, but I'm trying to cut off all artificial sugars just to minimize bloating. So I'm going to cut 1 lemon, and I'm going to put 1/2 on each, and that's pretty much it for the salad. Pretty quick and easy. And then once I cook the chicken, I'll put the portion of the chicken in the small Tupperware. So now that is done, last thing we have to do is prep the chicken. So I'm gonna put that in my Ninja Foodi, so let's get that started. I love my Ninja Foodi. I literally cook my chicken in less than 15 minutes. I just grease the pan, add my first batch of chicken, bake, roast, press the start button, add a side, add a mine, and then once that is ready, I just always check the temperature, make sure it's at 165, take them out, drop the next batch, and while that's cooking, I start to dice these up and just make sure that it cools before I store them away. Now I'm done meal prepping, so I have, this is my post-workout meal, and I already have the sweet potatoes in the fridge ready to get air fried in the Ninja Foodi as soon as I get out of the gym. And then I have my chicken pre-portioned out for my salad, and then for my high carb days I'm doing egg whites and the quinoa, so I have those 2 for Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday is a low carb, so I'll just do the egg whites that day, and then I have portion for a little bit more than 2 days of the quinoa, so Thursday and Friday for those high carb days. And then here I just have my leftover protein of the week. And let me show you how the fridge is looking. So I already have some stuff in there. So in the fridge I have, let's focus. So I have my yogurt back there, which I'm going to be using daily for my pre-workout shake. And I have my soy milk here, and I'm probably gonna run out like midweek, so I'll go to Aldi's and get another packet here. But I have my oatmeal, my breakfast, all 5 days pre-packed, and then this is my salad prep. So I have my mixed greens here just ready for me to grab and go whenever I have to make a salad. Back here I have my 2 salads made for Monday and Tuesday, ready for me to just grab and go. And then here I have my salad veggies pre-cut I mean. And then in here I have a couple more veggies for my egg whites for the last 2 days, and then my shredded carrots again for my grab and go. And then I have my shake made ready. So this is, This I do, or I prep on a daily, and along with my egg whites. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my meal prep. Let me go back this way. That's pretty much it for my meal prep, but now comes my least favorite part of the meal prep, which is the dishes. So I'm gonna get to that, but I hope you enjoyed. Toodaloo. Hey, so I just finished getting my hair done. I told her I didn't want my hair to be too red because my suit is going to be red. So we went more with the like dark, deep, like chocolate, not even chocolate, but you know, just like a deep red. So I love it, especially with the sun. You can see the dimensions and it's perfect. And then she curled it, which is good because I'm planning on curling my hair for my competition, so I kind of get an idea of how it's going to look. And I also got long layers and my hair more in a V shape. So yeah, I love it. With the light, it looks beautiful. So stage light, it's also gonna look amazing. So right now, what time is it? My watch is dead, but I think it's like 6ish, maybe 7ish. So I'm gonna try to go home and get some posing practice in while there's still light in the garage, and eat. I need to eat my meal today also. I meal prepped for the week, but I still have to eat today. But yeah, that's it for today. Actually, I might take you along with some posing with me. So that's my posing. I still have a lot to learn from my coach, and I'm getting a little nervous because we're coming to crunch time. So I'm just trying to practice what I do already know, and then next session I'm gonna get an hour-long class since she couldn't make last month. She's giving me a free session, and I hope that'll really help put things together. Okay, it's 7:17. I did a little bit of posing practice. I think I'm starting to get more comfortable with my walk. I felt like before, because you have to like stick your butt up, I felt like I was doing it but super awkward, and now I'm feeling like I'm sticking my butt up, but then it's not too awkward. But we'll see until my class, because I always feel like I'm doing it right, and then I have class and my coach is like, arch more, suck it in. I'm like, girl, what? I'm all aching, so yeah, we'll see. But it was good. I have my meal prep and everything done, got my hair done, and yeah, I actually have to go get my NPC number and register, so I'm gonna try to do that today, if not sometime soon. But I also have to eat my next meal. I'm a little behind. I need to eat my ground turkey meal, my egg whites, just egg whites, no quinoa, because it's my rest day, and then I still have to eat my yogurt and my apples. So I need to catch up and then take my supplements and then get ready for bed, because it's going to be a long week and we are expecting surveys, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, now I'm going to end it here. So till next time, so 3 weeks out, 3 weeks, technically 4 weeks, 3 weeks and 6 days out. So I'll see you next time when I'm getting ready for my first mock peak week. All right, bye.